Morning, second grade. So, despite the fact that we're not together as a class, we still will be going over our weekly character traits. And this week's character trait is discretion. Discretion is basically being careful about what you say. Mostly when we're talking about when you're in the middle of a difficult situation, you need to stop and think about what you're going to say. That's what discretion is. For example, you're at home with your siblings and you know that you could say something that would really offend your sibling, or you know that you could say something that would infuriate them or irritate them. However, you have the choice to say that, or you have the choice to not say it and keep the relationship with your siblings going well. Even here at school with your friends, things you say can cause conflict. Discretion is being careful about what you say. Oh, you see the look on your friend's face, you could tell they're not having a good day. Discretion is, do I need to say this thing to them right now that you know would offend them? Or should I just be quiet so that they have a better day because they came in already with a frown on their face, or they came in with a sad look on their face? That's what discretion is. Also, when you get to be around different people, you get to realize what you do or say that tend to offend certain types of people. Discretion is, oh, I know I'm with so and I know that if I say something like, I like to eat fish, and they're like, ew, that's disgusting. We wouldn't say that around them because you know that offends them. So you don't say stuff that offend people around the people that offends, and that's discretion. When they're not there, you can say it. It's not as bad to say. It's not bad to say that I like fish, but when I say that, it offends my friend. So when my friend is not there, I say it. When my friend is there, I don't say it so that I don't offend them. That's what discretion is. It's knowing when to say um, the right things and when to be quiet, knowing when to say the right things. That's what discretion is. We're going to be concentrated mostly in the book of Proverbs today. And Proverbs 25, verse 11, is one of the first verses that came to mind when talking about discretion. It says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. So the Bible says that when you say words, when you say the right words, this is a word fitly spoken, when you say the right words, it's like apples of gold and pictures of silver. Isn't that a very pretty thought to have? Another verse that goes very well with this is Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Many conflicts in the playground can be solved before they happen just by the things you say. If you see already that someone doesn't look very happy, if you're just quiet or you say something encouraging to them, you might just end up wiping off that look on their face. Before you know it, they're happy again. But you also have the power to say something that would irritate them even more and would cause conflict to happen on the playground. That's what it's saying. It says, a soft answer turneth away wrath. You could say something encouraging to someone that would stop conflict, and that's turning away wrath. That's appeasing their anger. It's calming them down. You could also, the other part of the verse says, but grievous words stir up anger. Sometimes with I have siblings, and with siblings, sometimes we know that I can say this to that sibling and it's going to infuriate them. And because I just want to make them mad, I'm going to say it. That's what it means when it says grievous words stir up anger. You know the words to say to make your siblings upset, to irritate your siblings, because you've been living with them your whole life. So of course you know what to say to them to make them upset. But that's not what God really wants us to do. He would rather that we do what the first part of the verse says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Moving on to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 21, the Bible commands us. It says, my son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. The Bible commands us to use discretion. It says, keep sound wisdom and discretion. And we can see an example of discretion being used in the book of Matthew. So going on over to the New Testament. Matthew chapter 26, verse 63. Bible says, "But Jesus held his peace, and the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tell us whether thou be Christ, the Son of God." So this is when Jesus was being tried before when he was being tried before the Jewish council, and the high priest was questioning him. Jesus used discretion. The Bible says, but Jesus held his peace. So there we can see an example of Jesus using discretion. So, like I said in the beginning, we are not together as a school, obviously. So I can't see you in your house if whether or not you are using this character trait this week. I can't give you an award. I can't give you anything special or particular, but what you could do is either in the comments of this video on RenWeb, you can put, oh, this week I used discretion, but you cannot, don't just say you use discretion, leave an example of how you use discretion. It will also let me know that you understand what the word discretion means. And also, a character trait is something that other people see in you, but also real character is what you do when there aren't people around. So I'm not there to watch how you are using this character trait this week, but God sees you and he sees you all the time. So don't be um, saying, oh, well, Miss Ngampa is not here, so she doesn't know whether or not I'm using this character trait, but God's there. And God knows, and he's always there. And he wants us to be having good character traits all the time, not just because it's a character trait for this week. So just keep that in mind as we continue our school year online. I hope you all are having a wonderful time in school. I miss you guys, and I hope to see you again soon.